Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Giants Nation News, where we bleed blue and live for that big blue magic on the gridiron. I'm your host, Michelle, your passionate guide to the highs, lows, and everything in between for the New York Giants. Today, folks, we got a story that's got the fan base buzzing like a hive of angry bees. A wild, out there trade proposal from the folks over at Pro Football Focus that's got everyone scratching their heads. We're talking about potentially shipping out right tackle Jermaine Illuminor, a rock-solid piece of our offensive line, right as our rookie sensation Jackson Dart is starting to make this offense sing. But hold on, don't hit that panic button just yet. We're going to break this down step by step with all the juicy details, historical context, player deep dives, tactical breakdowns, and stats that'll make your head spin. By the end, you'll see why this idea might be more fantasy than football reality. Let's dive in. First off, to really appreciate where the Giants stand today in this 2025 season, we need to take a quick trip down memory lane. The New York Giants aren't just any team. They're one of the NFL's founding fathers, joined the league way back in 1925 as one of 5 original squads. Imagine that. While the world was buzzing about the Roaring '20s, Tim Maher was shelling out $500 to start this franchise, and boy, has it paid off. Over the decades, the Giants have racked up an impressive 8 NFL championships, including 4 in the pre-Super Bowl era, 1927, 1934, 1938, and 1956, and 4 Super Bowl rings that still shine bright in the hearts of fans everywhere. Super Bowl 21 in 1987, XXV in 1991, XLI in 2008, remember that helmet catch by David Tyree? And XLVI in 2012, both of those last 2 against the mighty Tom Brady-led Patriots. That's not just history, that's legacy. From the Polo Grounds to Yankee Stadium, and now to the state-of-the-art MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, the Giants have been a cornerstone of New York sports culture. They've seen legends like Frank Gifford, Lawrence Taylor, arguably the greatest offensive player ever, and Eli Manning, who engineered those improbable Super Bowl runs with ice in his veins. But history isn't just about the glory days. It's about the resilience. The Giants have had their share of tough seasons, like the lean years in the 1960s and 1970s when they struggled to find consistency, or more recently, the rebuild phases post-Eli. Yet, here we are in 2025, with a 1-4 start that's got us hungry for more wins, but showing flashes of brilliance, especially on offense. Total offensive yards through the early games? A respectable 2,225, averaging about 5.5 yards per play. And that's with a rookie quarterback at the helm. Speaking of which, let's talk about the young gun who's got everyone excited, Jackson Dart. Rookie QB Jackson Dart winding up for a pass in Giants blue. Jackson Dart. Folks, what a story this kid is. Born in Kaysville, Utah, Dart burst onto the college scene at USC before transferring to Ole Miss, where he really honed his craft under Lane Kiffin. Over his college career, he started 41 games at the FBS level, completing 852 of 1,307 passes for a 65.2% completion rate, amassing 11,970 yards, 65 touchdowns, and just 24 interceptions. Add in his rushing ability, 1,200 yards and 16 scores on the ground, and you got a dual-threat QB who's as mobile as he is accurate. Scouts loved his arm strength, quick release, and poise under pressure, comparing him to a young Baker Mayfield with better athleticism. The Giants snagged him in the first round of the 2025 NFL Draft, 25th overall, and is already paying dividends. In his rookie season so far, Dart's shown flashes of brilliance, like that laser-guided touchdown pass in Week 3 that had the MetLife crowd on their feet. But rookies need protection, and that's where our offensive line comes in, a unit that's finally starting to gel after years of being a weak link. The Giants' O-line has been a roller coaster. Remember the dark days when we ranked dead last in pass protection? Well, in 2025, things are looking up. Pro Football Focus has bumped us from number 28 to number 24 in their positional rankings, thanks to improved run blocking and fewer sacks allowed. We've racked up 172 rushing yards in a single game recently, with 4 touchdowns on the ground. That's the kind of balance that wins games. At the heart of this resurgence, the tackle duo of Andrew Thomas on the left and Jermaine Illuminor on the right. These guys are like the bookends of a sturdy shelf, holding everything together while Dart does his thing. Let's zoom in on Andrew Thomas first. Drafted 4th overall out of Georgia in 2020, Thomas has evolved from a raw talent into one of the league's elite left tackles. Standing at 6 feet 5 inches and 315 pounds, he's a mountain of a man with feet like a ballerina, quick, agile, and dominant in both pass and run blocking. His PFF grades this season: an overall 83.0, with 83.5 in pass blocking, 6th among tackles, and 76.2 in run blocking, 18th. Back in 2022, he earned second-team All-Pro honors with a 90.3 grade, allowing just 4 sacks all year. Thomas's technique is textbook. He uses his long arms, 36 inches, to keep edge rushers at bay, and his anchor strength is legendary. Anecdote time. Remember when he stonewalled Myles Garrett last season? That block alone saved a drive and had coaches raving. In a league where quarterback protection is king, Thomas is the crown jewel for the Giants. Andrew Thomas anchoring the left side against a rusher. Now, on the other side, we got Jermaine Illuminor, the versatile veteran who's become indispensable. Born in Chalk Farm, London, in 1994. Yeah, he's got that international flair. Illuminor emigrated to the U.S. as a kid and played college ball at Texas A&M after a stint at Lackawanna College. Drafted by the Baltimore Ravens in the 5th round of 2017, he bounced around the Patriots and Raiders before landing with the Giants on a 2-year deal. At 6 feet 4 inches and 338 pounds, he's a beast with surprising athleticism. His 40-yard dash was 5.22 seconds at his pro day. PFF loves his pass protection, a 71.7 grade this season, 27th among tackles, and he's allowed just 6 sacks over 760 snaps in his 2 years with Big Blue. But it's his versatility that shines. He's played left tackle, right guard, you name it. In run blocking, he's graded at 52.7, but his overall impact is huge, especially in zone schemes where his quickness off the snap creates lanes.
Good evening, folks, and welcome back to Raiders Report, your ultimate source for all things silver and black. I'm your host, Michelle here, and tonight, we've got a topic that's got Raider Nation buzzing with a mix of excitement and dread. Picture this. It's mid-October 2025, the leaves are turning, but in the NFL, the real change is coming at the trade deadline on November 4th. What if your biggest rivals in the AFC West suddenly loaded up with superstar talent that could haunt the Raiders for years? Yeah, that's the nightmare scenario we're diving into today. As a die-hard Raiders fan at heart, though I'll keep it impartial here, nothing stings quite like watching the Broncos, Chiefs, or Chargers beef up their rosters while we're plotting our own comeback. So, buckle up, because we're breaking it all down, from the potential deals to the historical headaches they've caused us before. Let's get into it.